I just set the time at 12 because I was texting, right? And then it said, "Wait, what are you doing?" And then this, the first time you booted up this game, you set the time to 7:45, which it was. That was fantastic. You did a great job with that one. Okay, but this time you simply answered 12, the default value. You didn't even try. I'm sorry. Perhaps you don't think it's worth taking the time to set the clock correctly. Do you think I would ask you to set the clock if it wasn't an integral part of the gameplay experience? I'm not trying to get angry. It's just that a lot of people ignore these gameplay settings altogether. You're not like them, right? No. Look, next time you view at the game and see the screen, do me a favor and actually at the time, okay? Okay, good. Glad we had this talk. Alright, you back to the video game now. Thank you. I'm sorry. Like, fuck. Alright, let's do it.
This
Welcome back. Oh. Okay, you know what? Let's just listen.
all of his
Listen to what he
co-workers were
says.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Here we go.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, nobody's there. Let's go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What the fuck? Why does this look erotic? Executive bad. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast. Money Chris. Oh, let me just take a quick shit. Alright there. Why is this so... Business time. There's no clock in here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Whoa, hold on. Before I put that in, I'll look around a little bit.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
Can you
Trying
shut
to
up,
input
bro?
anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Is that the listener?
2845.
Okay, dude, we heard you. We heard you.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And
Okay.
Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
My fault. Okay. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Can I get an AO? Like, where am I going?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay. Oh, shit. I can go back up? No. We said we were going with the story. We said we were going with the story.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What? No, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Well, I don't know. Do I? What the fuck is this? I got the chills right now.
Now the monitors jumped to life,
God.
their true nature revealed. Each bore the number
227,
of an
right there.
employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Nice. Wait, that does something. Console disabled. What'd I just do? Awaiting input. Waiting for contact. Waiting offline. Offline. 3. Things up there. Okay. And that's like the biggest one. Okay. 1, 2. I think 3 was over here somewhere. I didn't see 4 though. Is that 4? Whatever. It's 5. Where's 4? Fuck's 4? That's creepy. Oh, it's up there. Wait, is that 4? How the hell do I get up there? I don't know what that is. Alright, whatever. There's a secret there somehow. Does that have to do with those numbers up there? What is up there? Mind controls auto awaiting input system power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
There's no other way out of this. Do you think there's another dialogue?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
That's it? That's the story? What? Yeah, what?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
right.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now, you know what? Hold up.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on
What
his
happens if I
left.
escape?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
There's something there, bro.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the
Alright, my
narrator
fault.
talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So
Okay.
he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Oh my god. Are you serious? It's
Feeling
gonna.
soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh, actually, what happens if I go up? Because I can go up. Nah. I want to see what happens. Damn, you shooting at me?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Meow.
Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Nope.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward
Fuck
and
yeah, I am.
willingly confront his death.
Hell yeah, I am. That's cat.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to
Are you
his
serious?
demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't
hold
know
up.
the real story,
No,
trapped
hold up.
forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
No, hold up.
Perhaps his death was of no great loss,
Wait,
like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No. Wait.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, my mom's home. Hold up. I'm scared that's just nothing. Oh, well, that's the only way I can go.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
This all means something. What? But what does that mean, though? I've never heard that. It's cool. Is this just the credit?
Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor-level design, textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad.
Damn. Okay.
But of course, you being...
Whoa. Oh, there's a countdown, and yeah, I see him. I knew. I knew it meant something. Hmm. I mean, it looks the same. Just, I don't know, more detail. It's cool. That's actually pretty spicy. Mmm. There's a vent? That's cool. Wait, did I see everything? I did.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
How?
Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever